Hi, my name is Justin Latimer, and I am playing as the Britons, and this is Rome Total War. I'm playing as the Britons, and my opponent is playing as the Romans, the Julii family. As always, the rules are no rules, so I have brought chariots. And I know a lot of people do not like chariots. They think they're cheap, and they might be right. But the British do not have archers, except for the Chosen Archer warband that are really good. Oh wait, no, I think that's in a mod that they get that. No, I think those are the archers they get in this. Yep, they are. I probably would have brought some Chosen Archer warband if I could. Instead, I have slingers with experience upgrades and head hurlers. I have 3 units of slingers and 2 units of head hurlers. The head hurlers are ever silly, and while a lot of people don't like chariots, I'm not particularly fond of head hurlers, but I will bring them because they do quite a bit of damage, more than the slingers do. The Britons are kind of an odd faction. The way they're set up is kind of a fantasy setup because it's just not historically accurate. Which is not to say that the Britons did not use chariots. The Iceni tribe did use chariots, but they didn't use them as a weapon. They used them to get troops around the battlefield very quickly. But we're playing Rome Total War and they're in the game, so yeah. My general is in 2 units of British light chariots, which I will use to harass the enemy flanks. My head hurlers are up front, backed up by the 3 slingers. Behind them, I have 4 units of warband, and behind those, I have 4 units of chosen swordsmen. Very good swords. I don't get to use these much as barbarian factions. They're quite expensive. I've also brought some druids, as my general is going to be in one of these flanks over here. I wanted to have something to help inspire the main body of my infantry. Also, I wanted to have something to inspire people with music. Just listen to those guys. I also have an additional 2 units of light chariots on this other flank. One of the benefits to having chariot archers is that they're really quite nimble, and of course you can use the chariots as an attack, as a weapon. And I don't highly recommend it because the chariots, especially these light chariots, are a little bit brittle. My opponent, the Romans, has brought a Roman army. He has legionary cavalry, cavalry auxilia, some praetorian cavalry, more cavalry auxilia, and his general in a unit of praetorian cavalry. He's also brought some peasants, Roman archers, 2 units of archer auxilia, early legionary cohort, early legionary first cohort, early legionary first cohort, and another early legionary first cohort. 4 units of them. In the front here, he has a unit of town watch, as well as another one. 2 units of velites, and the Roman archers are advancing to attack my troops. I'm redeploying up to this hill up here because I was originally deployed down in this dip. I had all of my troops run up this way, and I had the additional 2 chariots rejoin the main army, as I did not want to lose them. And my slingers are now able to attack the enemy because they're right next to me. I'm going to march my warband out against the cavalry. Quite a few of them are going to get chewed up, but that's the price you pay for relying on pretty poor spears. I'm also going to send in my chosen swordsmen because they have a lot higher defense than my warband. But the warband should probably take the brunt of the first attack because the chosen swordsmen are much more expensive. And so that's working pretty well. And some of my chariots are in there to help hurt the enemy morale.
Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
It's not always a good idea to send chariots up against cavalry. Cavalry are really good at swamping chariots. And so quite a few of the enemy forces are routing now. I was able to hold off that attack. Some of my warband is tied up in a fight with these town watch. And the town watch routs. But what do you expect? My men are doing quite a bit of running around. My lines aren't staying quite as nice as I would have liked them to be. My chariots are harassing the enemy on this flank. There's some routing warband. I'm reforming my spear line. And the druids are doing their thing. This unit of chosen swordsmen gets in a good attack against this legionary first cohort. And my slingers pelt away. I chose the battlefield to be snowy to give me a slight advantage. Because a lot of barbarian units have a bonus in snow. Whereas the warm, weather-loving Romans do not have that advantage. And so I've reformed up into my original deployment. I'm going to move my spearmen up this way, though, to protect my missile units. And so there we are. The first wave of the battle has gone pretty well for me. But my opponent still has quite a few men left on the battlefield. He's formed up into these curious blocks. My spears are now quite diminished. Lost quite a few of those. I'm going to bring these chariots back into the fight so that they can fire into the enemy flanks. They've got a slower rate of fire than archers, I'm pretty sure. However, they can fire on the move, and they're pretty accurate doing so. My opponent redeployed, I'm going to redeploy closer to him. This unit of cavalry bypasses my spear warband and goes straight for my skirmishers. It doesn't do too well though. My head hurlers and my chosen swordsmen are able to push it back. Now my head hurlers are on the flanks, able to provide missile support along with the chariots behind them. The Romans seem to be kind of annoyed that I'm throwing rocks at them. It is awfully rude. My chosen swordsmen are better fighters one-on-one. They have really good attack. Defeat seems certain, but they're going to be willing to fight on anyways. With defeat seeming certain, I have to do something about that, so I'm going to charge in one of my units of chariots. The fight here, the balance. Victory is a distinct possibility. Victory is almost a certainty. This unit of Legionary 1st Cohort now routes. My druids continue chanting. I have my chariots mass on one side. My chosen swordsmen hit these guys in the back. I'd admire these Velites. They're fighting hard while the rest of the army's running. And then they do too. So quite a few units are routing. This unit over here isn't, and neither is this one. 2 units of Archer Auxilia. Love me some long-ranged archers. And I've also got... my opponent also has some units over here that are not routing. Cavalry Auxilia and Roman archers. Cavalry Auxilia crash into my chariots and they rout. These chariots are chasing down some Velites. My general and his chariots are harassing these Archer Auxilia. One unit of the Archer Auxilia managed to rout my chariots.
Until they can kill no more. This is a crushing victory.
And so there we are. After a long battle, of harassment, my Britons have been able to defeat the Romans. I brought 1,421 men, where my opponent, oh no, brought 1,521. I killed 1,252, he killed 575. I have 890 remaining, he has 232. Barbarian Warlord, 95. British Light Chariots, 194. 98 on this other unit of British Light Chariots. 70 on this unit of Slingers. 163 on this unit of British Light Chariots, and 140 on this one. Good game to my opponent, Ono. Thank you very much for watching. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out, my druids here. 0 experience gained, 0 casualties sustained, and 0 casualties inflicted. Somehow I managed to fight this battle without losing a single druid. So, if my British soldiers had any doubts about the druids before, now they don't. Romans used to like to target the druids too, because they didn't like the barbaric rituals they participated in, which modern historians debate whether or not they were really that barbaric. And also because they were important members of the enemy tribe, so that makes sense as well. Thank you very much for watching. I will have more videos for you soon. Stay tuned.